Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. I'm Kalikaiz. Today I'm going to be playing a different Storm deck. That's Cycle Storm. This one is more like an eggs deck. And what you do is you cycle with Drain a Stinger on the table to ping your opponent. Of course, Drain a Stinger also has cycling, which means that you can cycle it early and then play Songs of the Damned for a lot of mana for all the creature cards that are in your graveyard, cast Reaping the Graves to get them back, and move through your deck. This deck is also playing Rowan's Grim Search and a bunch of artifact lands, so you can sacrifice your lands, draw even further into your deck, and look for all of your payoffs. This version is different than the version that Brian Cook of the Epic Storm plays, in that he has 2 more Horror of the Broken Lands, 1 more land, and is not playing these 3 cards. Repository Skaab, Blood Celebrant, and Dihada's Ploy. Blood Celebrant allows you to have all the colors you want, so that eventually you just go over the top of your opponent. Repository Skaab is a card that, when it exploits, you can return instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. You'll be sacrificing itself and returning a card. This is not very good into a metagame with Fairy Macaques everywhere. I don't think that there are a lot of those, and a lot of time you'll be able to punk your opponent in game 1 and then not need it in game 2. Dihada's Ploy is interesting as well because it is a card draw spell, so it's like having 6 card draw spells, and it's also a way to gain life and continue moving while you're in the middle of the combo turn. The sideboard is pretty much the same that Bryant has, with Chitin Gravestalker, Pyroblast, and a Mountain as a pivot plan versus blue, Macabre versus Graveyard decks, Duress versus Thraben Charm, and Siege Smash versus Relics and now Spellbombs. So let's go see if we can cycle some people out. I'll see you in the matches. Round 1, we're mulliganing. We're up versus FF7. Long Beach, California in SoCal on March 15th has a Pauper 1K at Finch and Sparrow. Doors open at 11:30 and you can pre-register at finchandsparrowgames.com. Thanks for watching. Did you know you could get sideboard guides on patreon.com/Kalikaiz? And did I mention you can get early access to videos on the YouTube page in the membership section? And if you like these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. We probably keep this and put back a ritual and see what happens. Our opponent has mulligan to 5. They lead on an Arbor Elf. We find a Street Wraith. That's interesting. So double Street Wraith and Drain Stinger. We have a lot of power. I think this opponent is playing like Gruul monsters, and they brought in Relic versus me. So we have to play with that in mind. I'll cycle the Stinger. They don't seem to have anything going on right now. Find a Lotus Petal. I'll cycle a Healer. Cycle a Street Wraith looking for land. Another one looking for land. Couldn't find a land. I think I'm fine to pass, since they're not doing anything. We have 4 in the graveyard. I mean, if I find a good payoff, let's see. I guess I could pedal cycle, but we're not under pressure, so I've been told not to go for it if I'm not under pressure. We find a Vault of Whispers. Cool. Pass. But really what I wanted to do was make my next land drop, and we did. When it has 3 mana, play a Jewel Thief. The next turn they'll have 4 mana. We'll cycle a Vantasaur here. We find the songs. I think I will cycle the Healer. Cycle a Street Wraith. I have a Grim Search. So let's play the Vault, Dark Ritual, and then Bargain. If I can find a Reaping, I probably can win here. We have no Reaping. We will just bin them all. Interesting. I can Skaab. What does this make? 11? Let's go Songs of the Damned. Cycle the Stinger. Cycle a Barrenmoor. Cycle... We're continuing to cycle away. There's the Reaping. So pedal, 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 make blue, Skaab, crack the Skaab, grab the songs. We'll cast the songs. We'll cast a Dihada's Ploy, and then discard the Carabid, because we can Dark Ritual for Storm, Reap in the Graves, get back the Skaab, and then get back a bunch of creatures. So Street Wraith, Street Wraith, Street Wraith, Street Wraith. That's the first thing, so that we can just potentially draw into some more songs. Opponent said, be right back in chat. Cycle. There's a songs in hand. That's great. So now if we need to, we can use our Repository Skaab for something like the Reaping. Find a Vantasaur off the top. And with the Grim Search that I found, I will bargain. See what else I can see. Take the Reaping. Another Grim Search. All right. Bargain. It's like pretty easy right now. Take another Reaping. Any order. Okay. We'll cycle. Another songs. I suppose I don't have to like do anything too fancy here. I'll cycle. We're going to continue cycling through the deck and trying to find something to do, I suppose. What am I talking about? I'm just like moving through it, getting max value out of these Songs of the Damned, and then I'm going to cast my Ploy, make a bunch of life. Dark Ritual here. The last Reaping copy is targeting the Skaab. So let's go ahead and cycle and then make blue, cast the Ploy. We'll discard a land and then discard a land. Go to 28 life, Cabal Ritual, cycle a healer, cycle a Vantasaur. 4 cards left in deck. Songs. We'll return the Skaab. I don't even know if I need to do any of these things. I'll just play Songs of the Damned. We have 22 cards, 22 creatures in the graveyard. So let's get back our creatures. Target the Vantasaur. We're going to target all 4 stingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the Street Race, the Horrors, Carabids, the Healers. I like to organize it by type. Just makes it more fun. And then the Vantasaurs. Hopefully I got them all. I have 65 mana. I have an abundance of resources. I'm going to scroll way over to the right because I know that what I really want is my Celebrant. There it is. We'll make 3 red. 1, 2, 3. Play Stinger, and our opponent concedes. So do I think that they're going to be bringing in Relic? I think it's possible. Don't think we need the Ploy. So we can bring in a Siege Smash, and then maybe we'll trim... I think Relic is the only way they have to interact with me. They might have Weather Storms. Maybe we can cut 1 Grim Search or 1 Cabal Ritual. I'll trim 1 Cabal Ritual. We've opened up the Siege Smash, so that's not bad. One neat thing is that Siege Smash can give a creature +3/+2 and trample when it goes Arbor Elf. Let's play the Vault of Whispers and pass a turn. They play a Sprawl. They have 3 cards in hand now. We're expecting a Writhing Chrysalis. They play a Repurposer and the Relic. Okay, well I can cycle the Barrenmoor to get to the next card. They eat the Barrenmoor, which is fine. Play my Vault, play a Lotus Petal, then I'll go ahead and destroy your Relic. They don't get to draw a card because of the split second on the Siege Smash. They're going to Malevolent Rumble. They do not find another Relic. They found 3 3-drops with 2 Eldrazi Repurposers, 2 Jewel Thieves, and 1 Forest. They take the Repurposer. Another Arbor Elf, so the last card in their hand is a Repurposer. They make 2 mana, sacrifice the Spawn, or the Treasure Token, play the Repurposer. We'll get in for 3, we'll go to 17. Bonk. Cycle. Find some lands. I'll play the Great Furnace. Pass the turn. What was your draw? They get in. This is 8 damage. That's a lot. I go to 9. Cycle the Carabid. Cycle another Carabid. Cycle a Vantasaur. With 8 damage on the table, it's a little risky for me to not go. Cycle a Stinger. Trying to think what I can do here. If I go to 7, then I have to try to win. Going to cycle the Street Wraith. Play the Cabal Ritual. Cycle. Cycle again. Another Reaping. Play Cabal Ritual. Play Lotus Petal. Cast Reap in the Graves, targeting Stinger. Then we'll go Street Wraith, Stinger, the rest of the cards. We have to find a ritual pretty fast. Find a healer. Furnace, cycle, another Reaping. So we have 1 more draw. There's the Songs of the Damned. Awesome. Cast Songs of the Damned. We'll return the Stinger and cycle it. I need another Songs though. I'll cycle. Found a Songs of the Damned. We can Reaping again. Getting back Stinger. Then I'll go Street Wraith, then the rest of the creatures. Almost all of them. Storm is only 6. Cycle the Street Wraith. We go to 3 life. Dark Ritual is good. Need to try to maximize this Songs. We still do have the Repository Skaab in the deck, but I need to not go too low on life. We have a Grim Search. We've used 1, 2 Lotus Petals. I can't Grim Search right now anyway, so let's cycle. And then cycle down to 2 life. Or Grim Search down to 2 life. Probably better to Grim Search. I will Songs of the Damned. Bargain. We need to find a Lotus Petal to play out the healer. Take a Lotus Petal. We find a Reaping. I'll cycle. There's a Songs of the Damned. We have no more healers right now. So let's cycle again. Finding a Siege Smash. That is a stop, unfortunately. I'll cycle. Cycle a Vantasaur. I will play Lotus Petal. Cast Songs of the Damned. We will reaping everything back, or as much as I can back. Start with whatever, Vantasaur. Then I'll go healer first, then Street Wraith, then just go down the line. I didn't even get the stingers back, but it's fine. We'll return all the creatures. Play the healer, and cycle. Now I need mana again. Dark Ritual. We also have to force through Weather the Storm, probably. I have mana. Let's cycle 2 stingers in the graveyard. There's the Skaab. I want to be able to put a stinger on the table to force the Weather the Storm that could be in their hand. There's a stinger. We'll cycle the healer. Got some more Street Wraiths. I guess I cycled Street Wraiths now. I have a pretty high life total. We find a land. Okay, we're going to cycle again. More lands. Let's pop off this Cabal Ritual. Cycle. Cycle again. Do I have any more Lotus Petals in the deck? 1, 2, 3. Looks like yes. Alright, there's a Blood Celebrant. Make red. Cast the Stinger. They're good with it? Alright, I'll cycle. Looks like they don't have anything. Guess I will Dark Ritual. Make blue. Do I have any Reapings left? Play the Skaab. I'll crack it for songs. I'll cycle. Actually, I'm going to songs right now. Okay, they just, seems like they don't have anything, but they might. Street Wraith, okay. Let's see, we have 1 songs, 1 reaping. Oh, we have 3 reapings in the graveyard. Okay, going to cycle and cycle. Storm is 20. Let's reap in the graves and get back the Skaab. Get back everything else. I think I just songs right now. Then pass. See if they let me return everything. Looks like they're good with it. I'll cast the Stinger. We're going to start blasting. Okay, they concede. All right, we got there. I was trying to like play around the potential for a Weather Storm, but we didn't need to. Round 2, we're up against Hyuma. Don't know what they're up on today. This hand seems fine. We have double cycler, bunch of rituals. They're on mono red. So this is going to be a race in game 1. I'll play Vault and pass the turn. They get in with their Epicure. They're probably on Madness Burn. We have to assume that they have Fire Blast in hand. They play a Kessig. I'll cycle. So I could go Dark Ritual, cycle, and then if I find a land that's good, or I'm only burning 1 storm. I don't really think I want to try to turn 2, but I can get a couple creatures in the graveyard and look for a land. We'll cycle, and cycle, and cycle again. I have 4 creatures in the graveyard. Dark Ritual, cycle, put 5 creatures in the graveyard. Then I can Songs of the Damned bargain, look for a way to maybe cast the Ploy or find a Reaping. They Highway Robbery and discarded Gutter Snipe. We're at 17. They attack in. So they could have, they have Bolt, it's 4 damage. Lava Dart's 4 damage as well. So we need to stay above 9 life. I will start with cycling a Street Wraith, go to 12, or 13 life. There's the Reaping. I'll Dark Ritual. Cycle the Vantasaur. Songs of the Damned. Grim Search. Puts me at 11. I'll take the Lotus Petal and take another Lotus Petal. So we'll go Lotus Petal into Attempt to Skaab, which they probably bolt, but we're going to be able to get it back. Crack the Skaab. We'll get the songs. So that was nice. Cast the Songs of the Damned. Storm is 7. Now I can cast Reap in the Graves. Target the Skaab. We'll put the Street Wraith last. So I'll go Carabid, Stinger, Healer, Vantasaur, Horror, and Street Wraith. Cycle the Carabid. And a Stinger that we just drew. Nice. We're making our songs bigger. We drew another songs, so we can kind of abuse that. Cycle a Stinger and a Healer. We'll play Songs of the Damned. Now we'll draw a couple more creatures. Cycle the Healer. Vantasaur's the next target. We drew the 4th Songs of the Damned. I'll cycle the Vantasaur. Another Reaping. Vantasaur again. Alright, so I know that the second from last is the Street Wraith, so I can cycle until I get to that. There's a Vault of Whispers. I'll cycle Dark Ritual. We're going to cycle the Barrenmoor because I have excess mana. And I'm going to make the Ploy bigger. So we'll cast the Ploy, discarding the Vault. Now we're at 23 life and we can cycle some more. Pretty nice to have a little buffer there. Cycle Carabid. Cabal. Plenty of mana. We can cycle these Barrenmoors. Boom, there's one. And another one. Cabal Ritual. I have a very large amount of resources. I just don't have any colors. Street Wraith gets cycled. I'll go to 19 life. Another Cabal Ritual. We get the Skaab back. I could Songs of the Damned right now. There's 12 creatures in the graveyard. I don't think I need to. Then we're reaping everything back. Street Wraith, Street Wraith. All the creatures are coming home. But I'm going to cycle with them on the stack. Trying to make these songs even bigger. We're cycling. Finding a Vault of Whispers that I can use. Once the stack is cleared anyway. Cycling away. Another Vault or Furnace. So we just have to look for the Blood Celebrant. Cycling. Street Wraith. Once again, I'm getting close to that magical number. We did find the Blood Celebrant, so now I guess I just go... I think I'm going to clear the stack first. Cycle. 2 and 1 mana floating. Cast Songs of the Damned. Just cast Songs of the Damned. Make a red, or play a red. Turn off my auto yields. Play a Petal. Petal. Make red. We'll just go Stinger. Cast a Stinger. Play the Blood Celebrant. Cycle the Carabid. Put my opponent to 19. Cycle a Horror. They go to 16. We're blasting. Cycle Healer. I think just for safety, maybe I would play out the Ploy. I don't know that I need it right now. We're just cycling away. We only need 5 more cycles. Cycle Healer. Vantasaur this time. And then, you know, guess I Dark Writ. Then we'll finish the game. I'll bring everything back just so that I can win with a Fire Blast or something on the stack. Doesn't look like my opponent is waiting to get me with that. They see that I'm playing around it. All right. Go to 4, 2, and 0. Okay, we take game 1 on turn 3. I've been told that you should just resubmit and hope they don't find the relic, so we'll try it. We could bring in another land over the Repository Skaab because they might prepare for that. Okay, I'm going to cut the Skaab for a land. Because the Skaab getting bolted is a pretty bad thing. If it gets bolted, you don't get the trigger. Okay, game 2. We're on the draw. We have a pretty bad opener, so I will mulligan. Blood Celebrant and Ploy. I'll keep this. We'll get rid of the Celebrant, though. That's going to be on the bottom of the deck. They lead on a mountain. They have the relic. Well, that's just unfun. I'll play the Barrenmoor and pass. They play a Kessig. I'll play a Furnace. Pass the turn. Opponent attacks in for 1. Plays an Epicure. Mountain. So we can Dark Ritual, cycle, cycle, cycle. Probably fine. Relic's annoying. Play the Dark Ritual. It's going to get eaten by the Relic. I will cycle. Another one. And another one. Then I guess I cycle the Healer. Maybe let's just cycle the Barrenmoor right now. So we have 2 cards that the Relic can just eat. That I don't care about. Eats a Barrenmoor. I'll cycle. Finding a Great Furnace. They Relic away my Dark Ritual. They discard a Fiery Temper. You can beat the Relic. It's going to be really hard, though. So I think I just get rid of Skaab and Ploy for 2 Siege Smash. Plays a Dwarven Mine. I don't understand the Dwarven Mine. Sure, it's a creature. Do you need creatures? We get in for 2. We go to 12. I'll cycle. So we have double Reaping now. Let's see if Dark Ritual resolves. Resolves. Cycle the Street Wraith. Cycle a Vantasaur. Try a Cabal Ritual. This would be a good time for the Cracked Relic. Okay, we'll go to the next game. Take out the Ploy. Bring in 2 Siege Smash. Get rid of this land. I'm on the play. This hand is really bad. Let's mulligan. I mean, hand's probably fine. I'll get rid of the Cabal Ritual. Lay out the Barrenmoor. The great thing is that we have 2 free cyclers. I like that a lot. No turn 1 Relic. We have a Dark Ritual. I'll cycle this Horror. We found a Vault. Okay. There is a possibility for a turn 3 right now. They bolt me on my end step. I go to 17. They Faithless Looting. Opponent discarded Snacker, Fiery Temper on their turn 2. So we're going to go to the end step. And I'm at 14. This puts me to 10. I think it would be great if I could win here. I'll cycle 2 creatures. Cycle 3 creatures. Double Songs. Alright, we'll take our turn. We'll Dark Ritual. Let's see if we can make it happen. We have to stay above 4 life. Bargain. So if I take the Vault, take the Vault of Whispers. We go to 8 life. Play the Vault. I'll go Songs of the Damned. Bargain again. There's the Reaping. Sweet. Let's cycle the Barrenmoor. See if I can find a creature. Lotus Petal. Storm is 5. So I can go Songs, bargain the Petal. I've used 1 Songs already. This would be my second one. I think I have to do this, but then I go to 4. So I can't really afford that, huh? So we're going to play We have 3 Street Wraiths in the graveyard. Play the songs. Storm is 6. We will return Reaping the Graves, returning. I guess I'm not bringing the Celebrant back this turn. We'll just target the healer, and then bring everything back. Putting the Street Wraiths on top of the pile. Play out the healer. Let's see if I can incentivize them to use a Fire Blast. I'll cycle. They're going for it. I'll cycle again then. And cycle. Cycle a Stinger. Found a Cabal Ritual. That's good. Cycle a healer. I can let this Fire Blast resolve now. Cycle a Street Wraith. We have 2 mana floating. Cycle another one. We'll go to 3 life. Cycle a Street Wraith, go to 2 life. Cast a Cabal Ritual. We found a Songs of the Damned. Cycle the Carabid. Cycle a healer. Okay, so what I'm looking for now is a Reaping the Graves. Or like a Lotus Petal that I can bargain. Opponent concedes. Let's go. Alright, we'll see you in round 3. Round 3, on the play. This hand looks pretty good. We have 2 Cyclers, 2 lands. The Rowan's Grim Search can be used. We have the Reaping, which is part of our combo. I'll play a Vault and pass the turn. This deck is so strong, it made me consider buying like the old border versions of Vault of Whispers and Great Furnace. Everything else is nice frames, but these ones are kind of mid. They play Goblin Tomb Raider. I'll cycle. We find a Repository Skaab, which is not amazing at the moment. So now I have to decide if I want to burn the Lotus Petal, trying to find like my rituals. They're a deck that turn 3 or turn 4s. Luckily, we were on the play, so we potentially could try to go for it on turn 4. I'll cycle this Carabid. Find a Cabal Ritual. Play Vault of Whispers. Pass the turn. I guess I could Cabal Bargain. It's not amazing. It'd be much better to Petal Bargain. When a Synthesizer looking for their next land, they find a Reckless Impulse, which they can't cast. Plays a Mountain. Another Tomb Raider. That's a lot of damage. Those feisty little gobos. I'll cycle this Vantasaur. Cycle this healer. Go 4 cards in the graveyard. We have a Reaping the Graves. Let's pass the turn. Hope they don't, like, kill me. And then I can go 4. This is 5, 6. Bargain. Uh-oh. They've got a Burning Tree Emissary. So how many of those will you have? Burning Tree into a Reckless Impulse. And they find what? Bushwhacker, Reckless. Yikes. They put a Bushwhacker on the table because next turn they're going to Alpha Strike. Get in for 4. No availability for a Fire Blast or anything, but we have just this turn to figure it out. The Horror of the Broken Lands puts me to 5 in the graveyard. Street Wraith to 6 in the graveyard. Play Lotus Petal. Another Lotus Petal. Cabal Ritual. Now I have 5 mana. I have to bargain, and we have these 6 looks for a Songs of the Damned. We didn't find a song, so we're going to bin everything. We found the songs. We're going to cycle the Stinger. Now it should be easy mode because I have the Repository Skaab. So play the Vault. I probably should have not played the Vault and left open for another Great Furnace draw. Play Songs of the Damned. We'll crack for blue, play the Skaab. So here we are on turn 4, able to do the thing. The Rowan's Grim Search is just really, 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 really good. Crack, get back the songs. And I know that this video won't do very well because most people don't want to watch. Oops. Well, we played the songs now. I probably should have gone for the Reaping first. Let's see. We have Storm is 7. We have 10 creatures in the graveyard. So I guess I don't get back the Skaab this turn. I'll go after the Stinger. Put back a bunch of other creatures. Currently it's 6 life. But as long as I'm not at 0, I can't die. They don't have 2 mountains. Uh-oh. Another Street Wraith. I'm a little bit hesitant to use that because I'd rather be able to use a Dihada's Ploy, not a Dihada's Ploy, but a Rowan's Grim Search. We're going to cycle the Stinger. Another one. There's a Petal. Cycle. Cycling a Carabid. Running out of mana. Another Carabid. Got more Street Wraiths. Cycle the Stinger. We have a Dark Ritual. So I can play the Petal into the healer and then cycle the Street Wraiths. I wonder if that's worth it. We find, so Stinger comes back to hand. I think I should do this. Cast Petal. We'll play out the healer. And then these are 0 mana cycles, which cost me 1 life. You have to do it at more than 3 life, otherwise you'll die to the cycle trigger. You kill yourself with by paying 2 life, add 2. Found a Ploy. If I'd only cycled 1 more, I could have had way more life. Go to 2 life. I have to find a ritual. Cycling away. I'm at 3. One is just wait. Oh no. So if I can find Songs of the Damned, let's go. Never didn't have it. Right off the top. 5 life. Play songs. A Celebrant. I'll bargain. Crack the vault. Take the 2 Cabal rituals. I'll make blue and Ploy. We'll draw 2 cards. Should be just easy from here. Discard the furnace. We're at 20 life. Now it's all good. Cycle Street Wraith. Opponent concedes. Yay! We got him! Alright, should we plan on Relic or should we just go for it? On the draw, I mean, obviously the Skaab is pretty sketchy, but they do tap out a lot. So we're going to resubmit. We have 2 opportunities to try to just win. And they have 2 opportunities where they have to win. Not only do they have to win both, but they have to draw their Relic both times if that's what their game plan is. Let's mulligan a 0-lander. Okay. I think we keep this and get rid of the Blood Celebrant. So that's going to be on the bottom of the deck. They might also have things like Cast into the Fire, which could be bad for me. And we can force through a Relic by going Rowan's Grim Search to fill up the graveyard. They start on a Goblin Tomb Raider, which is just a 1/2 and can't attack this turn. Play my Vault of Whispers, I'll pass the turn. Once again, we have a double Street Wraith hand. So Songs of the Damned, already a Dark Ritual. Play a Mountain. Burning Tree Emissary. So I'm hoping that they don't have exactly a Cast into the Fire. They have 3 cards in hand. They have nothing. Okay. They get in for 1. This is a hand that could turn 2, but it probably wouldn't. I'll cycle the Horror. Find a Cabal Ritual. My turn. I'll cycle the Street Wraith. Cycle the Street Wraith. Interesting. I'm going to try to push it. Dark Ritual. I'll cycle the Carabid. 5 cards in the graveyard. Dark Ritual. Cycle the Healer. 6 in the graveyard. Now I can Cabal Ritual. I'll start by cycling the Horror. Play the Cabal Ritual. This Lotus Petal can let me Skaab back the Rowan's Grim Search. Let's bargain. Bargain away the vault. Yes. I'll take the Reaping. Should I take the Cabal? I think that probably doesn't matter, actually, because we have the songs and rebuy the songs. If I take the Furnace, then I can make red mana, and I can use the Lotus Petal and then bargain later, but I probably don't want to bargain. We'll just take the Reaping. Okay. Petal, Lotus Petal. I guess I get got if they have Fire Blast for the Skaab, but I can still replay the Skaab after. That might get me, though. It seems like they have the Fire Blast for the Skaab, doesn't it? Okay, songs. We're going for it. They just conceded. All right, they didn't have it. Yes. On to round 4. We're here in round 4 versus Raketa, who always plays Elves. So we have to turn 3 them. And we can't do that with no lands. If this Dark Ritual were a land, or this were a land, this would have been a sick hand. Mulligan. No. I am playing 11. So this could have been a land, maybe. Mulligan. Okay, we've got some lands we're keeping. We're going to get rid of Dark Ritual. Going to get rid of, I guess, the Great Furnace, because it's the riskiest land. Makes our start really slow, but I need the black land. Mulligan to 5 is not ideal. I also think about putting the Great Furnace back because they are a deck that has Mass Vandal. My opponent led on a Finehorn Elves. Turn 2, they have a Jasper Sentinel. Then they play Nyxborn Hydra as a 0/1. Okay, I'll cycle. Pass the turn. They just wanted to get their Timberwatch on the table. I think I will Lotus Petal, go Cabal Ritual, and then get 3 creatures into the graveyard. 1, 2, 3. We have a Street Wraith. Storm is 2. I'll cycle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, do I do this? Do I just get everything back? I can Dark Ritual, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have 3. Storm is 2, 3, 4. Get everything back. All right. Dark Ritual, songs, return the creatures. I guess this is more of a setup turn where we could win, but we probably won't. Cycle. Finding a Celebrant. I'll cycle. Cycle again. We find a songs. I'll cycle. And a Lotus Petal. I think I'm just going to bring my creatures back. Just cycle. We found a Reaping. I don't think it's worth it. I'm going to pass. I'm going to play a Priest of Titania. Finehorn Elves. They power up their Nyxborn. They're going to get in for 5. Next turn they have 5. Oh man, another Reaping. Play my land. Cycle the Carabid. Cycle a Stinger. Play a Lotus Petal. Cast the Songs of the Damned. Cycle. Okay, Skaab is pretty sweet. So we'll Skaab. That was like an insane pickup to recover there. Get back the songs. Cast Songs. Cast Blood Celebrant. Reaping. Get back the Skaab. Then I think we can either try to cycle. I guess we're going to have to try to cycle and find more mana. Because if I can hit more mana and... Okay, Grim Search. Come on, Grim Search. Bargain. We find songs. Okay, we got more mana. And we have a Ploy that I can put to the graveyard. So I'll take the songs and the songs. Maybe that's greedy, but I'm taking them both. Now I can cycle a couple more times. Cycle. Another Grim Search. Let's cycle first. Might hit a Street Wraith. Well, we probably won't. We did hit a Street Wraith. Sweet. Songs of the Damned. And now I bargain. Crack the Vault of Whispers. I'm at 2 life. I'll take none of these creatures. I don't think I can afford to use a Street Wraith right now. I'm cycling. Maybe I can, because I can pedal into the Ploy. So let's cycle. Dark Rit. Bring back the healer and cycle. Another one. Nice little turn 4. Can't use that Grim Search. Put it way over here. Do not click it. Cycle the Horror of the Broken Lands. Another one. We're at 3 mana floating. Dark Ritual. Cast Songs of the Damned. Skaab will return. Lay a Lotus Petal. Make blue. Jumpstart the Ploy. Crack the Great Furnace, or discard the Great Furnace. Discard the Vault of Whispers. Another Lotus Petal. We can bargain the Lotus Petal since I have the Skaab. It's just so much easier to play it like with this deck. We have lots of mana, so we don't need these. Cycle a couple times. Another one. We're going to play Cabal Ritual. Make blue. Skaab. Skaab cracks. And we get back the Songs of the Damned. Hit it. Reap in the Graves. We'll target our creatures. We'll just start with the 4 stingers, or however many we have, and our opponent concedes. Oh man, that was tasty. I like that a lot. They don't have any artifact hate. They probably... I mean, they don't have any graveyard hate, but they probably have counterspells. This is a guy that likes to play counterspells in his Elves deck. He's playing a blue Elves deck. We're on a 0-lander in game 2, so I'll mulligan. Okay, we're going to keep this one and get rid of a Carabid, or the Horror, and try to find a land. We have Petal, we have Street Wraith to cycle, and then Petal into Dark Ritual, cycle. I have to believe in the heart of the cards. My opponent plays a Finehorn Elves. My turn. I will cycle. Play a Lotus Petal. Dark Ritual will cycle. Cycle again. There is the Vault of Whispers. Play the Vault. We have 3 creatures in the graveyard, so I don't think it's time for going for it. I'll pass the turn. We play Priest of Titania. They don't have any blue mana right now, which is important. Find another Reaping. I will pass. They play a Quirion and a Timberwatch Elf, so they're threatening lethal. We can use their Storm Count. They play a Timberwatch. Do I want to use their Storm Count? Because we go Dark Ritual, get back all these creatures, but that makes my Cabal Ritual bad, so I think I have to just go to my turn. Take it in for 1. Well, Dark Ritual. Cycle the Carabid. Cabal Ritual. And cycle. Important always to make sure you have that threshold online. When I find anything good, we have to find us... yep, we did not get there. I will concede. Let's see how far away we were. So if I had gone to the Grim Search, we would have gotten the Songs of the Damned, but a little too fast for them. Do I just bring in the Mountain to make myself more consistent and cut the Ploy? That seems like a good idea. A little bit less mulliganing, hopefully. Let's see if we draw the Mountain in my opener. We did not draw the Mountain, but we have a fine hand. Our opponent mulligans this time. We'll play the Great Furnace and pass the turn. They play out a Finehorn Elves. I'll cycle. I find a Grim Search. I'll play Vault of Whispers. I'm going to cycle the Stinger and cycle the Carabid. It is a little bit lazy. We have a Grim Search. I have 3 cards in the graveyard. This would be 4, 5 Birchlore Rangers. So now they have Spell Pierce, Dispel, all those things online. They make 3 mana for a Timberwatch Elf. They could still play a Spell Pierce. I will attempt a Cabal Ritual. Put my Lotus Petals on the table. And then bargain this Great Furnace. Taking the Songs. Seems like that auto-resolved. Play a Lotus Petal. Play the Songs. Bargain again. Crack. We need mana though. There's a Songs. Okay. We got a Reaping. So I'll cast the songs, 6 mana, Reaping, target the healer. This is really sketchy. We've used 2 Songs of the Damned already and a Cabal Ritual. Cycle. Okay, the Dark Ritual was a good pickup. Wow. I'll cycle another Dark Ritual. I think I was kind of just looking for mana for the moment. Great Furnace doesn't get me anywhere. Vault of Whispers, or we cycle the Vantasaur, I mean. We cycle a Street Wraith, a Carabid, a Stinger, running out of mana. Healer gets cycled. We have a Cabal Ritual. So I have to cast the Cabal Ritual. Puts me out of blue mana. Cycle Healer. Oh my god. If I had not done that and I waited... Okay, Cabal Ritual, Furnace, Reaping. I would have had the Skaab for songs, and I just toasted myself. I just completely threw. I was thinking that, and I didn't... Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Cabal Ritual. Save my bacon. We're looking for another songs. Oh, no. Okay, here we go. One more shot. We found it. Insane. Okay, keep going. Okay, not out of the woods yet. We got a Dark Ritual. I'm cycling. Cycle a Vantasaur. Okay, we have Grim Search. Come on, Grim Search. Blue mana would be good. We have Blood Celebrant for the blue mana. We have the Reaping the Graves. Okay. And that means that I need to bring these things back. We'll go Celebrant, make blue, cast the Skaab, crack the Skaab, get the songs, cycle 1 creature, cast Dark Ritual. This is pretty nuts right now. Pretty nuts. We're cycling. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. I cannot believe. I feel like I got extremely lucky there. Like, wow. I'll cycle the Street Wraith. This is kind of absurd. We're cycling away. Another Street Wraith to the graveyard. We can make white, cast this healer, and then cycle. I can cast the Grim Search. It's probably not necessary. Let's play Songs of the Damned. Play Reaping. Get everything back. Stinger, Stinger, Stinger. Then go down the line. Everyone's returned. We'll turn off the auto yields. Make red, red, red. Stinger, and another one, another one. Plenty of mana to end the game. We'll cycle. Opponent concedes. We're 4-0 on round 5. Okay, round 5. For all the marbles. We're on the draw. I'm keeping this hand even though it's slow. Opponent is on blue. We can play the Barrenmoor. I will lead on the Vault of Whispers, though, because we could potentially draw more untapped lands. They're on mono blue terror, it appears. They Thoughts Guard themselves. We're going to cycle this Carabid. If we draw lands, we draw a Cabal Ritual and a Dark Ritual. I'll play the Barrenmoor. I'm going to yield until my next end step. I'll play the Lotus Petal out. I'm thinking if they tap out, I can Dark Ritual bargain away the Lotus Petal. They might just Spell Pierce me here, and then I have to deal with that. Let's see if they tap out. Thought Scars themselves, Milling Delver counterspell, and then they Brainstorm. So that's going to resolve. I'll go Dark Ritual and Grim Search, bargaining away the Lotus Petal. I'll take the Grim Search. That's it. We draw a Lotus Petal. They cast a Mental Note, Milling Sleep of the Dead Mental Note. That cleared their Brainstorm. They play an island. They tap out for a Cryptic Serpent. So they want me to try to win. I'll cycle the Street Wraith. Play a Dark Ritual. Cabal Ritual. Just have to find a Reaping. We're going to bargain. Bargaining the Vault. There's a Reaping. I can put the Ploy in the graveyard, which is a great spot for it. We draw a second Reaping. Lotus Petal. Cabal Ritual. I can cast this Songs and save the other songs, I think. Songs of the Damned. Reaping. We'll target the Street Wraith and then the other cards. Then with the triggers on, with the Reapings on the stack, we're just going to try to draw as many cards as possible and put as many creatures in the graveyard as possible before we put the Songs of the Damned on the stack. Cycling away. I'm at 10 life. Let's go. We continue seeing more cards, but there's a Vault of Whispers. I can maybe just pitch these lands to the Ploy, which would be pretty solid. But then we lose out on... Okay, we'll bring back the Vantasaur. Cycle the Vantasaur. Play the Great Furnace. I think I will Ploy, pitching the Great Furnace, and then we'll discard a Great Furnace. Cycle a Healer. Dark Ritual. I can bargain. Yeah, that was pretty nice. Bargain away the Great Furnace. Take Songs and Reaping. Play the songs. Do I have enough to just win? We have no stingers in the graveyard right now. Storm is 12. We'll just attempt to get back all the cards. Put the Street Wraiths on top, or coming back to my hand first, and then the rest of the cards. Okay, and then once again, cycling with the triggers on the stack. Another songs. An embarrassment of riches. I gotta say, like, I've been trying to play different decks that are not my forte. Trying to win, trying to put up a good experience for the players, the people that want to watch the videos, and I've been getting my butt kicked because Pauper is not a safe place. It's not a safe place. You're gonna get absolutely creamed by mono red. You need like a fast, extreme plan. I want to play Pauper eggs, and it's like nowhere near good enough. I'll cycle, play Songs of the Damned. Didn't even need to do that really. Let's cycle some more. Maximum value over here. Put this Cabal Ritual on the stack. Cycle this Vantasaur. I have 8 cards left. Cycle some more. Just getting the creatures that I have back into the graveyard. 4 cards left in my deck. I'll cycle. I think I put the Blood Celebrant on the bottom. There's a Blood Celebrant. Okay, that is it. So let's cast Songs of the Damned. Pick up the Skaab. Cast the Celebrant. Make blue. Cast the Skaab. We'll crack it. Get back the songs. It's just insane amount of mana. Cast the songs. Storm is 20. Then I'll return all my creatures again. Starting with the stingers. We'll make red and another red. Might as well make white and make a red. We'll play stinger, another stinger, another stinger. Then I'll cast the healer. Just means I don't have to worry about my life total. Although I don't think it matters. Cycle the Street Wraith. I make sure to turn off my auto yield so I don't accidentally kill myself. We'll cycle. Now I can yield to the Drannith Healer Stingers and the Drannith Stinger triggers. Resolve my last card draw that I'm going to resolve this turn. Cast a Stinger. And move back to the front of my hand. Turn off all my auto yields again so I don't deck out. Cycle. There's 1 cycle. And we'll put another one on the stack. Put our opponent to 6. And go ahead and finish him off. I know for style points we can cycle this land. Bop. Okay, game 1 versus Mono Blue Terror. They were forced to tap out. We have a very interesting complete shift of our strategy where we're bringing in 3 Chitons, 3 Pyroblasts, and a Mountain. And we're cutting a very large amount of the deck. 8 cards. Skaab, Celebrant, Ploy, 2 Rituals, 2 Grim Search, and a Horror. Feels like we're going down on creatures, but we're actually not going down on creatures because we have the Chitons, and these things are house versus terror. I hope I can pull this one off. Okay, game 2. Let's keep. This is a slow hand. We're just going to plod, do our thing. We still have the Grim Search possible. They lead on a Delver. I wonder if I should just Dark Ritual bargain the Lotus Petal immediately. Try to find some Carabids. It might be worth it. Maybe I won't. That's a lot of resources to do that. But my main plan is to put out the Carabids, or the Chitin Gravestalkers. Let's just see what we can put in the graveyard here. Let's bargain away the Lotus Petal. I'll just take the Reaping and put the rest in the graveyard. Let's see if I can cycle into a Chitin. Cycle again. Nope. Of course, I pretty much killed myself there. I dealt myself a bajillion damage. They reveal a Force Spike. I think I got a little cocky there. But it puts me to 11. Ponder. Leaving up the Force Spike. Found Songs of the Damned. So do I think they have a Dispel? Let's see. Play Lotus Petal. Yeah, we didn't need to do that. Cycle the Stinger. We have a Pyroblast now. Let's cycle the Carabid. Oh geez. That's a turn. They play an island. So now they're holding up Counterspell plus Force Spike. Put me to 8. I'll cycle my Vantasaur. Basically have to go for it next turn. We have another Songs. Let's cycle again. Stinger. I'll pass. They Thought Scar themselves, milling Serpent Island. Now they have 4 mana. This will put me to 5, so I'm not dead to it. We have another Vault. Let's try Songs of the Damned. They go Counterspell. That means they don't have Dispel. I'll try Pyroblast. Just gonna resolve, huh? Okay, resolves. Solid. Let's cycle the Stinger. I can play the Chitin, or I can hold it for... I can play the Chitin for Storm, or I can try to cycle it. It's -1 mana, but +1 card. think I cycle it. Play Songs of the Damned. Then we'll go Reaping. We don't have a healer. I'll put the Gravestalker on the bottom of the pile. Don't really want to get back the Street Wraiths either. Gravestalker on the bottom. We'll go Vantasaur, Carabid, Stinger. Cycle again. This Grim Search is going to kill me, I think. If I Grim Search right now, I have to find a Pyroblast for the Delver or I die. I could also just find a healer. I'm going to try to bargain away the Furnace, or the Furnace. Okay, we have Songs of the Damned and Cabal Ritual. Maybe I can just combo them out. Let's see. I probably should use my Cabal Ritual here before we run out of mana. We found a Pyroblast. Let's Cabal Ritual. I don't think I have any more land drops I can make. We'll find out when I clear the stack. Cabal Ritual again. Cycle the Stinger. I have this other Reaping, so I think I'm fine with cycling the Gravestalker. Let's cycle this Gravestalker. Another Pyroblast. Do I have a land drop? The people need to know. I do not. Cycle the Gravestalker. We will cast the Songs of the Damned. I will cast the Gravestalker for Storm. Reap in the Graves, target the Gravestalkers. I'm going to target the Drannith Healer, Street Wraiths, and Stinger, the other Gravestalker, go up the line. Turn off my auto yields. See if this healer will resolve. It resolves. We'll cycle. Find a petal. So I can play out Stinger. Okay, that resolves. Cycle. We go to 3 life. I'll cycle Carabid. Go to 4 life. I have to play around the 4 spike still, so I just can't tap my land. We'll cycle Street Wraith. Find another Reaping. I'll cycle it. Vantasaur. Going to 4 life. Cycle the Street Wraith. I guess they could have brought in a Gut Shot. That'd be annoying. Cycle. Another Lotus Petal. So we could Pyroblast the Delver right now. And if that works, then let's just cycle Dark Ritual. So I'll cycle the Stinger. If I find another Songs, I think we could just pure combo them. Cycle a Stinger again. Let's attempt to Pyroblast, destroying the Delver. Okay, now I'll place Chitin Gravestalker, Chitin Gravestalker. Okay, your turn. We got the 5-0. Let's go. Amazing. This deck is so good. It feels good to actually trophy with something after having tried to start like 7 leagues without any success. I'll show you. I've been trying to make leagues. Bombed it. And here we are. Finally. Thank you for sticking around. I still like this version with Ploy, Skaab, and Celebrate. I don't think you have to go all in. I think the other version that Bryant makes is very, very strong. It just requires a very powerful player. And this one fits my playstyle a little bit better. Let me know what you think about Cycle Storm. Let me know what you think about storming in general. What deck should I try next? Hashtag still listening. I'll see you in the next video.